Hello artists, we are going to finish our owl project. The first step is to take a crayon, a black one, and we're going to finish adding all of our lines. And the reason we do this is because some of our lines got painted over and they're starting to disappear. So it's really nice to take a crayon and a few minutes just to trace over our lines that we started with and sort of bring them back into the picture so that they don't disappear. Our next step is to cut out our owl. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trim away a lot of the extra paper. So I'm not cutting on the lines yet. I'm just cutting close to the owl to get all this extra paper out of the way. Extra paper can make it hard to cut accurately. So the first thing is just to get that extra paper out of the way. I can recycle these. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start cutting on my outlines. And I'm so glad that I went back and made them nice and dark because now it's a lot easier to see. My cutting hand always points away from me, and my holding hand stays as far away from the scissors as it can. Sometimes it's easy just to move the paper and cut, but as you'll see in a moment, sometimes it's easier to just take your scissors out and then reposition. I'm going to cut right there just to get rid of that extra bit, and then it's a lot easier for me to turn with my scissors. Ooh, the tail feathers are going to be a little tricky. I'm going to cut in and then take my scissors out and then cut into that same point, and it should just fall right out. I'm going to cut in, take my scissors out, and then cut in on the other line, and it pops right out. I'm going to cut the rest of my tail feathers back up the side of my owl. Can cut that off. Then I'm going to cut in and across my horizontal line. And I might even come out and then go into that corner. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to set my owl down and I'm going to take care of my scraps, get those out of the way to recycle. Now I need to choose a good spot on the black paper for my owl. And I need to remember to leave room for some little legs and some talons. So I'm not going to do it all the way at the bottom. I'm going to put it a little closer to the top. We are going to use white school glue to get our owl stuck to our black paper. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make just a few little lines. There's one little horizontal line and one little vertical line, one curvy line, maybe another little curvy line, and then one more horizontal line. That is plenty of glue for our owl. My lines are nice and small and they're not too close to the edge of the paper. That way the glue won't squish out the sides. I might need a dot on each of these just to make sure that they stick, and maybe a tiny dot on my ears. Think that's good. I'm going to flip it over, and my work is not done yet. I need to press my papers against each other, and that's going to spread out the glue. I'm going to take a few moments because I know how important this step is to really press and rub the entire surface of the owl against the surface of the black paper. All right, that feels really good. I think this owl is ready for some finishing touches. Time for our last step. We are going to add finishing details with construction paper crayons. So the first finishing detail I'm going to add is probably going to be legs. So owls don't have really long legs, but I'm going to draw kind of a skinny rectangle coming down from that little bump on each of my legs. And then at the end would be where the talons are. So I'm going to do that by making one curvy line, kind of like a rainbow or an upside down U. And then I'm going to make one vertical line in the middle. And then if I want to go back and make them a little bit thicker and darker, I can do that. And this is looking pretty good. They almost look like little forks upside down. So now that I've got some legs, it's up to me how I want to finish the background. Do I want to add some stars in the sky because it's nighttime? Do I want to add a moon? Let's see. I don't have a lot of room for a moon. I think I'm gonna have the moon actually peeking out from behind my owl. A nice big full moon peeking out. Well, actually, I started drawing it with yellow. Do I want my moon to be yellow or white? I'll have to think about that. They can shine kind of yellowish, but I can also take a white crayon and go over the top of it and make it a really light yellow if I want. A little blow in a brush to get all my little crayon bits off. I can continue adding stars. If I want to, I can add a branch for my owl to be sitting on. Something coming out from a tree, perhaps. It's really up to you what kind of environment you would like to give your owl. All right, have fun. Ooh, I forgot something. Before I turn this in, I am going to put my name on my owl. Now I'm done.